Hi there, Collective. My name is Aruna from All Change by the Minute Video Time again, okay? So, what I got, one word before actually I went into my reading, okay, and that was temperature. That means spiritual temperature, okay? That means hot and cold and lukewarm, okay? Who are you and what is the distance between God and you, okay? And how to close that gap. Thank you, God. How to close that gap between God and you, okay? Because God is not indifference. Your life can be indifference, and the people around you can be indifference about your life, okay? And it depends your health, okay? And the vibrant, yeah. So it's about your spiritual health, what we are talking about. Are you a vibrant person? Are you vibrating low or high? Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. But are you vibrating low or high? Yeah. So many people also in the physical realm, okay, thinking that they are not vibrating low, okay, but when we're talking about spirituality, spirituality is everything, what we are not knowing, what we cannot grasp, okay, what we cannot understand as a physical form, yeah, of you, okay, in this case. And when you are not getting it and when you are not understanding it, then the spiritual health is not there, okay? Because there's no faith in God. There's no belief in God. There's no belief in them. Yeah, I hope not you, but in yourself, okay? But that is what we're talking about. The energy flow needs to be with the flow of the universe and the flow of God, okay? It needs to go all natural flow, okay? And then you will find yourself, as I talked already about it, that you are not triggered anymore. And you don't want to be triggered anymore by people, okay? Disturbance, I'm hearing again. So your temperature, okay? Yeah, yeah, needs to be not lukewarm because that is indifference towards being indifference towards God. And God is gifting you love, okay? Yeah, that is what we're talking about. But people who are not knowing what spirituality means, okay? They think that spiritual people are not believing in God, okay? But highly ranked spiritual beings, okay? They are connected with God, okay? And they will hear and download messages because that is God's voice, okay? That's God's voice. There can be a lot of voices, okay, that you are healing. And no, you're not going crazy, as I am not going crazy, okay? But you need to know the difference between the voices, okay, you are hearing. That's why silence, okay? Silence is needed, okay? Yeah. And the temperature is rising, I'm hearing. Temperature is rising, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Like hell, I heard. But then again, the burning fire, okay? Yeah, and burning spear, I heard again, okay? Spears burning and going into your direction, okay? Or in one direction, okay? One direction, God, okay? Yeah, yeah. Getting burned, yeah. Because you were getting burned by a lot of people, okay? And it's not up to those people for you to be burned. Again, that's why we're talking about people who are not feeling well, okay? They're burned out. That is the word, okay? That they will seek for, burned out. How come? But then they will seek only for the physical, the medical tactics, I'm hearing, yeah. It's all tactics, okay? In the physical, yeah. The society along here, okay? It's all tactics, yeah, for you to be in fear, for you to not prioritize yourself. Thank you. For you to not to prioritize yourself. Because when you are feeling fear, okay, and you are being in that illusion, not beyond that veil, but before that veil, okay? Because beyond that veil, there's everything what is open, and universe so grand, okay? Yeah, it's open, yeah, to discover. It's open to explore what is more behind that veil, okay? Yeah, and when you are curious enough, okay, you will find for everything that there is a solution for everything, okay, in your life, yeah. And not only in your life, for everybody else, okay? Because you are thinking in solutions. Cold-hearted, I heard no. Oh my God. Cold-hearted, no. Because people are seeing themselves as being warm, but meanwhile, they have narcissistic tendencies, okay? Not only tendencies, there are, okay? Black magic. Oh, I heard black magic. Whoa. That is what I was not expecting, okay? So someone was doing black magic behind the scenes as God is not seeing that, okay? And God not hearing what they are doing, okay? Yeah, recorded, I'm hearing, yeah. Recorded over and over and over and over again, okay? Just like Santa, okay, is seeing everything. And little children are believing Santa, okay? Yeah. This is how I am believing in God. So when you're one with God, okay, you will find yourself that no one, okay, no one will be able to trigger you, okay, because you are expanding. That is what I heard also. You are expanding, okay, everything around you because you are standing in a small circle and there's a spiral, okay, every single time, okay, spiraling because you're learning and learning and it's getting bigger and bigger. Ooh, I saw the image of a touch ID, okay, because I help a lot of people, yeah, yeah, to register their iPad, iPhone, you know what, okay? I work in the computer business, but when you are touch ID, when you're scanning that, okay, you will see that the lines on the screen is getting red, okay? And yeah, and the more that you are screening, I heard screening, okay? I want to say scanning, but someone is screening, okay? Yeah, screening, mirror, I heard, okay? Screening and mirrors, yeah. But that is the same, okay? Because it's a scan, okay? And you are scanning your touch ID with the same, okay? And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. It will start small, but it will get bigger until it's finished, okay? Your touch ID until, yeah, there's no finish, okay? Because, yeah, finish line is there. That's your destined path. But what I'm trying to say is behind the veil, okay? There's no illusion, okay? And everything is there to infinity and beyond. That's why expanding your horizon, okay? Expanding your life, okay? Yeah. To bring greatness in your life. Yeah, to bring greatness in your life. So the temperature needs to be, yeah, vibrating high, okay? Yeah, vibrating high. You don't want to be vibrating low anymore, okay? Yeah, of course. Everybody has done that, okay? Yeah, fault of your own doing, fault by people. Yes, both, okay? Take responsibility, take accountability, and move on. That is how it works, okay? Yeah. Do not go to the people who are pointing fingers, okay? Because that will not help you to move on, for you to not to live in fear, for you to not to be triggered anymore, okay? Because again, God is the one who's guiding you, not them, okay? Not them, okay? Yeah. They were not being helpful. They were not being helpful, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Drama queen. I'm hearing drama queen. Whoa. Yeah. And again, it's all about energy, okay? It can also be a drama king. Yeah. But drama queen, that is what I heard. Yeah, it's all about them. Very childish, okay? Even a child who is raised well, okay, and righteous, they will not think it's about me. No, they will look at the other person as my child is doing, okay? He will always ask me, mama. You know what, okay? Yeah. Yeah, but in balance, okay? You need to know who you are and you need to know who the other person is. And when you are knowing who you are, you will know also the other person in front of you. Yeah, that person cannot trigger you anymore. That person, yeah, full of shit, okay? I heard, yeah, black magic, doing black magic? No. It's not up to them, okay? Yeah, that's why, yeah. Just like screening, okay? Just like we need a paper, okay, that you are applying for a job and you never went into jail, okay? I'm not sure how to call it, but yeah, that is what you need when you are applying for a job. I know it's around the world, but also here, okay, in Holland, yes. Otherwise, yeah, you cannot apply for the job. So it's up to you to make that choice, to be grandiose, okay, to be great in your own life and feel the greatness and the power that you are getting from the universe, from God, okay, because God is not leaving you alone. No, those are the people, okay? Yeah, again, drifting apart, okay? Drifting away, yeah. Slowly drifting, yeah, that song, okay? Drifting away, but in a natural flow, okay? That needs to be happening, okay? Because when you are leveling up, when you are learning, you are elevating, you are feeling great, okay? Yeah, and not grumpy, and not grumpy, okay? Yeah, give it up, okay? And let it go, let it God. Because this is how it works, not the other way, okay? Yeah. God is the one who can reverse everything what is happening in your life. 11:11. And what is happening in your life is for you to be in your purpose, okay? For you to be in your purpose. For you to understand the mission that, again, that mission impossible, okay? That everybody would think that it's impossible. You are thinking, yeah, with your great mind, okay? Because again, great minds think alike, right? Yeah. Those are the people you need to connect with, okay? You need to connect with and grinding with, okay? Yeah. Grinding on higher ground, I heard. Yeah. On higher ground. Yeah. Again, so your wings are not broken anymore, okay? Yeah. So you can fly and feel free and feel the freedom, okay? Yeah. And feel the wind, okay? Yeah. Underneath that wing. Yeah. Yeah. Of yours. Because you can fly even though it's not physical flying, okay? But yeah, yeah. It's about you knowing yourself on a spiritual manner, okay? On a spiritual manner. And you getting your health. Health is the better choice. Health is the better choice, I heard. Health is the better choice, okay? Yeah, that is what you need to do. For you to get a healthy choice is for you to make that choice, okay? Yeah, even though you need to, yeah, take that leap of faith, okay? Even though you are afraid of rejection, even though you're afraid, okay? Yeah, we know we have all gone through something or many things, okay? But how to deal again with fear, what I said on a post, okay, my post, to deal with it any way, okay? Because beyond, yeah, that lies freedom. The freedom, the kind of freedom that you want, the kind of freedom that God is wanting for you, the kind of freedom that breathes air into your life. That was nice, God. Thank you. Yeah. I'm thanking always for the nice words, okay? Yeah, what I'm getting as a message, okay, in a phrase, okay, because I'm liking that very much, okay? You will feel the fire, you will feel the passion. That is what you need to feel for yourself, okay? Who's burning? Tss, again, no, 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 no. Yeah, you're not burning. You're burning from desire, okay? Yeah, freed from desire. Yeah, that song. Getting into business, I heard. Getting into business. Yeah, your business, okay? Your flow. Yeah. You having the cards in your hand. You working with the natural flow of life. Again, just like the river stream, okay? Yeah. It's always going in one direction, okay? And that one direction in this case is God. And that one direction of a stream, river stream, is, yeah, also your freedom, okay? Because when you are, yeah, finding your pathway back, okay? In the jungle, in the jungle, okay? Yeah, follow the stream, okay? Never just right away follow people, okay? No, it's not good to follow people because that is a society, okay, that we're talking about. The indifference, okay? Yeah. It's all about them, 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 them. It's never about anyone else and giving and giving and giving. No, it's always about taking, 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 and not giving a shit about anyone, not showing compassion, not. Okay, yeah. Well, they were knocking on heaven's door. No, you will go to hell. The other one. The other one. Typing my minutes. Okay, yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa. Why am I not seeing? Oh, great. I'm typing, but I was not seeing what I'm typing, okay? No, the mic is on. Okay, 15:15. Not now. I'm not sure what this is. What? Okay, 15:15. I'm sorry. But there's a natural flow to the universe. When you are working with the universe, when you are working with God, there's one flow. And there should be only one flow in our lives, okay? Yeah. And that is natural flow. Not a natural disaster, I'm hearing, okay? Not a natural disaster. Because when you are working in the physical reality, okay, matrix, that is the natural disaster, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Disastrous, okay? The kind of life that you are not wanting for yourself, okay? You're wanting to move, you are wanting to transform. Again, when you are having a simple, okay, having a connection with me, you will get a very transformational, I heard justice, okay, yeah, connection with me. There's no other way, okay? Yeah, there's no other way but to go and grow through these transformations, okay? And while you are working on yourself and flying high, 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 and more higher, okay, you will find yourself on higher ground, okay? And again, you will feel the injustice, okay? But do not be afraid of those kind of people who are not to be trusted, I'm hearing, okay? They are just not to be trusted. Some people do not trust just any way. Yeah. Do not trust just anyone, I'm meaning, okay? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. But trust yourself, okay? Trust your gut feeling, trust your intuition, and trust the guidance of God, okay? Yeah. Trust that. Because when you are having the kind of faith, okay, that you are trusting God and having faith in God and going with the flow of God, you will find yourself again that no one is able to block your destiny, okay? You can block numbers, you can block names in your phone, okay? It doesn't matter. You can do that, okay? Block their energy for them to come in, okay? Block. Yeah, I'm seeing the sign, okay? That red circle, okay? And yeah, do not enter. Yeah, do not enter. That is what I saw. Yeah, do not enter, okay? Because this is your life and it's circle you are spiraling in, that is your life, okay? Do not enter. Just do not enter that circle. Bloodline, I'm hearing. And I know what that is, okay? Yeah, bloodline is Jesus, it's bloodline, okay? Yeah. When you're believing, yeah. When you're going to God, you better believe also in his son, okay? Yeah. Because again, you know, the Holy Spirit, the Son, yeah, God, yeah, all together now, okay? I'm hearing that song, all together now. Yeah, we need to go all together now. But again, there's a pile of people over here and a pile of people over there, okay? And then again, the people in between who are learning, leveling up and leveling down, okay? Yeah, every single time, man, it's always the same with people, okay? Yeah, that's why I do not allow just anyone in your surrounding, okay? In your circle of life. Do not do that. No, because this is your circle of life, okay? You have the cards in your own hand, okay? You got the whole world, that one, oh my God. Yeah, you got the whole world in your hand, and the whole world is you, and the whole world you will be connecting with, okay? Yeah. And maybe not the whole world, but you know what I mean, okay? Yeah. In your surrounding, okay? You're connecting. You need to connect with the right people, with the righteous people, with the godly people. And you will know as you are dealing with God, sorry, itching again, as you are dealing with God, okay, you can deal also with the monsters, okay, with the narcs, okay, who are not giving. Of course, they are not giving, okay, because they are takers. They are takers, okay, yeah. They are just takers, okay, yeah. So be in a circle, stay in a circle of your own life, okay? Yeah, too, for you to be on the destined path, okay? And for you to not to, I heard rumble, okay? What, rumble, yeah, rumble, okay, yeah. What's the rumble again when the boxing people, okay, are getting in the cage? I'm not, rumble in the rumble. I'm not sure anymore, okay? Leave it, okay? But it's up to you to make that choice for once and for all. Okay, for once and for all. Take, not, do not take advice from people you're not trusting, okay? Yeah, play that game strategically and play it well. Because when God is with you, okay, Godspeed, I heard. Godspeed, yeah. Godspeed, okay, yeah. When you're working with God, yeah, you're working with the flow of the universe, of the natural flow, and not the natural disaster, okay? Not the natural disaster. Yeah. So again, make that choice to for you to prove towards yourself, okay? Not towards anyone in this world. No, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone in this world, okay? That's why failing, the rejection, okay, the fear, the mishaps, okay, and yeah, okay, yeah, the lessons, the karma you need to pay. So you are finally karma free, okay? Because again, you don't want to deal with karmic peoples anymore. No, no, no. When you are getting more and more drama free, you don't want to get the burdens of anyone, okay? No. You dealt with the shit, okay? You dealt with your own shit. So you don't want any shit anymore from those kind of, you know what, okay? You don't want to deal with those people anymore, okay? Yeah, yeah. Level up, okay? Or just move on. Level up or just move on, okay? That is how you need to think. And again, it doesn't matter on what level you are, okay? As long as you are transforming, as long as you are changing a mood, it doesn't matter, okay? Yeah. As long as you are making that choice, okay, for you to comprehend, for you to contemplate, for you to be yourself, for you to love yourself, for you to have such a high kind of boundary, okay, that is protected by a firewall, okay, and no one would be able to come between God and you anymore, okay? Not the narcs, not the darkness, okay? They will try their best, okay? I'm not saying that there will not be darkness anymore, but you will be able to handle it. Yeah. As long as you are going with the flow of learning the lessons, of not seeing the lessons as obstacles, okay? Because those are the challenges of your life. Yeah. Until you are reuniting with yourself, until you are reuniting with God, okay? Thank you for being here with me. So, yeah. And please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, okay? Yeah, everything helps. Yeah. If you are helping, I am helping. We are helping each other, okay? Yeah. Yeah. That is what we want to do. Helping each other out, okay? Out of compassion. Yeah. Thank you again, okay? Feel the love. I heard feel the love, okay? Yeah. Feel the love. Yeah. Through the universe, through God, okay? Love you all. Peace be with you. Until next time, until next reading, okay? Bye bye.